Hi everyone, and welcome to the first channel ever to stream adventures using the Tormenta 20 system played in English. I'm Alexander Januzzi, and I'll be your host and GM for this adventure. With me today I have an amazing cast, so let's go ahead and do a round of introductions. Namoy, if you don't mind starting.
Hi, I'll be playing then Gili Opala. He's a dwarven knight, and he's all covered in skulls for some reason.
Alright, next we have Haley.
Yes, I'm playing a human buccaneer named Beatrice Seaward.
Excellent.
Concise description.
Yes.
Max?
Max, I'm playing Desmond Braithwait, who is an Ostian in Tormenta 20. That's a skeleton person. So Nimoy and I have some beef. But I am also a rogue, sort of an ex-pirate past, though, but we'll get into that later.
Amazing. Sydney?
I'm Sydney. I'll be playing Keisha, and she is a dryad, and I think half dryad, half human, and she's a cleric, but she's not a traditional cleric.
Hi, I am Victor Lucky, and I will be playing a Clearin in Tormenta 20. This is like a half gnome, but they are actually much taller, so they're like human-sized. And he is a hunter, but he hunts with a musket, not a bow and arrow.
And do people even know what a musket is? We'll find out.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So, our adventurers are going to a small village in the middle of almost nowhere to try and help a tavern owner's distant cousin with some sort of problem that he's having. He was very... he didn't have much to say about what the problem was. But you guys took the job anyway because you owed him money, and he agreed to cancel your debt should you manage to help his distant cousin who keeps annoying him with postcards. And so you guys left for the village of Mistfall. A village so small it barely is worth to have a name, but it does have an event that happens once every year, which is when mist forms and then falls, which is why the town's called Mistfall. And so you guys traveled there. It was much further than what the tavern owner led on. You know how it goes.
Of course.
I guess I should say a little bit about the kingdom. You guys are in the kingdom of Pumbador, in which some time ago, a few decades ago, there was a boom in adventuring, and when nobles started funding adventuring expeditions abroad and inside the kingdom and like in nearby kingdoms and across the seas to find mysteries and magical things and any kind of new information that they could like brag about in the nobility circles. And so, you know, it happened what it always happens. You know, everybody in every John Doe in every corner of every village and town decided, hey, my life sucks. It's really boring. I should maybe try adventuring. And so nowadays, adventuring is a very saturated market because there isn't that much anymore to learn about abroad. It's hard to bring new information and new things back. So the nobles stopped funding adventuring parties that much. And it became harder to find work as adventurers. And this is the situation that our adventure party finds themselves in, which is trying to find work.
Broke.
Broke.
Mm-hmm.
In a saturated industry, which was triggering for some of our players.
Yes.
One of them didn't come today, maybe. If that's the reason, I'm sorry, Natch. And yeah. So you guys are heading to Mistfall to try and get this debt cleared. And so you do. You arrive at Mistfall. I will change the maps.
By the way, we do have a
Oh
wagon.
boy. We
You
have
have
a
a what?
wagon?
We have a
Yes.
wagon. Oh,
All right.
I thought
goodness.
as a wagon.
Wait, but what
Nice.
is pulling the wagon? Because you are afraid of horses.
No, we just have a wagon.
That's me.
We're pulling the wagon.
No, there's a Alexander will have to explain the thing that's pulling the wagon.
There is a creature in the Tormenta universe that is basically a big chicken.
Oh.
Basically,
Yes.
The chocobo?
it's
Yes.
pretty much a chocobo, but it doesn't have
Amazing.
wings, I think.
No, it doesn't fly at all. Yeah.
It doesn't fly at all. It's just pretty
Right.
much a big chicken.
Need to look up what it's called. What is it called?
It's called a trobo. I'll put it in the Roll20 chat.
Thank you.
Amazing.
That's what Namoi bought.
Yep.
It is.
Amazing.
It's pretty much a big chicken. It's like considerably cheaper than a horse.
What's the name of the bird?
Very
Yeah,
important.
I didn't get to name it because I just got it because I was afraid your guys were going to get a horse and I can go near them. So be my guest, just
Drumstick?
name the chicken.
Very much
But I-
approved purchase.
I just have to tell you all, I googled Turbo Brazil to see if I could get a result, and I'm getting very tight swimwear that says Brazil on the butt as all my
Oh.
image results.
I don't think that's it.
I don't
no,
think
you
I
shouldn't.
said
You
no.
shouldn't look for that. You should search Trobo Tormenta.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
then
totally
those
got
are
a
the
good
right
picture for
results.
it.
If you
Yeah.
put Brazil next to anything,
So-
you might get bikini. So
It's super cute, honestly. I love it.
Oh, very cool.
All right.
It's got horns and everything. That's very cool.
yeah,
It does have horns, surprisingly. It's a
A
horn.
horny
Alright, so we
chicken.
have a wagon and
It's a
we
horny
have a
chicken.
chicken.
Don't say that. Oh God.
There it is.
All right,
did it.
we have the tone has been set.
Yeah, it's been said.
Oh god. All right. So you guys are arriving in this village. Like I said, it's quite small and basically sub-exists. You know, they try to make as much as what they eat. But even arriving at the village, you guys can see that this village is pretty strong on hemp. So they probably make money from making hempen rope and selling it. You see most people are in the fields working. Not too many people are, like, there is a concentration of buildings and houses, and around it there are the fields, and you suspect it's probably for safety that they kind of rounded the houses all together. It's not unheard of that the villages all pool their money together when they're very poor, so they might even convene to make decisions on money and on this kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So you arrive.
As
Yes.
we're coming in, just you said we saw people working out in the fields, because we don't have a real solid grasp on the pretense of what brings us here. But like, we don't come to a city that's all in ruins, right?
No,
Not
it's
like
fine.
a flaming mess where people are being killed in the streets.
No, it's a small village, as you guys can see. Like, I put it on Roll20 there.
Yeah.
And this is like you're guessing like each of these houses like a family, not multiple families or anything. Like it's really quite small. There's not that many people here.
Yeah.
As you arrive, there are some people in the streets, and it's very mix and match the reactions they have to you. Some of them look at you and like give you like, curt nods. Some of them kind of just side eye you and look at you strangely. Some of them actually wave. And say some of them, it's probably like one of each, one of each person. And you kind of walk in to the village through the like one kind of dirt road that there is, probably through here. And you end up finding, which is the biggest building there is, which is the tavern, which does not have a name. It's just clearly a tavern. You get there, and the windows are all open, and like you can see inside there are tables. And you imagine like, okay, this is probably what goes as a tavern in this town, in this village. So you walk in, and you see the tavern keep behind the counter, just like cleaning his cups. Very, very standard barkeep. He's a middle-aged orc. And you guys have seen different races around. Not super eclectic, but he's not the only orc we've seen. But he's an orc. He has black hair, graying black hair, short, has black eyes, and he greets you guys, says with a chuckle, like, it's not often we get people here, even when it's close to Mistfall.
I'm gonna sidle up over to Beatrice and just be like, is it a bit of too much of an assumption to assume this is like, because Gwen was like, he was an orc and he was a bartender. Is that too much of an immediate assumption to assume this is his cousin, who is also an orc and also a bartender?
Maybe an assumption, but I think it's an assumption we can make.
Okay.
Who wants to ask?
Ha! So, do you happen to be? I'm sorry, I mispronouncing it. Are you Dorthan? We happen to be coming here to help out Dorthan, sent by a distant cousin of yours.
He looks at you like, you came, huh? So his cousin actually came through. I'm not Dauphin. I'm not the least bit surprised that his cousin would mispronounce his name either. He says, please have a seat. I'll get somebody to find Dauphin for you guys.
What's your name?
Brune.
All right. What?
Okay.
I'll actually make him visible for you guys.
Right.
They don't have tokens, sorry. But yeah.
Nice.
And he looks to the side and he calls, Jerry! And like a second later, you guys see a teenager male orc come over. He like looks at you guys. Probably doesn't see too many different people around here. He has slightly longer, that's a new word I made. Slightly longer black hair. He comes from the back room, and he just looks at what is probably his dad, and his father says, Jerry, go find Dauphin. Tell him his cousin came through, and there are some people here that want to see him. And the boy rushes off. You guys kind of have the tavern mostly to yourselves.
I'm actually glad this guy exists, because this trip would be for nothing. Like,
So we
Right,
can't
so-
come back with nothing.
which there's that, but you do
I
have
mean,
that,
you know.
so it's good that the job exists.
Good to know the job exists. I mean, worst case scenario, we could have just forged Dotha's, signature and just gone back and been like, "Look, we did what you asked. You can erase our debt."
We should get some postcards, by the way. I think
Totally.
that should help.
Well, apparently we're near
We can start
Mistfall,
sending
and I
secret
feel like we should.
messages.
Can I ask for an insight test to see if this situation should be playing out the way it is?
Sure.
I don't think I perceived anything.
I thought it was a natural one. I was like, oh boy. So 4 out of 10. They seem like very simple folk. Anybody you've seen so far,
Okay.
you don't see anything untoward this far.
Right.
You do you sit down? Do you like order anything?
Oh yeah.
A couple of pints would be great.
I don't want to start a new tab, or this is never gonna end.
I'm not gonna order anything, but I will
Yeah,
sit
sure, I'll
with
sit
my
Yeah, we can sit down. We can.
with my back to the wall.
You're back to the wall. Okay.
Yes.
You start looking around to find a table that you can get your table to the wall, and you actually see somebody else sitting there. There's a human, a male halfling with auburn hair, sharp hazel eyes. His hair is shoulder length, and he has braided sideburns.
Awesome.
He's wearing traveling clothes. Give me a perception check, actually.
Everyone, just
Whoever wants
That's
to.
okay.
Right.
Let's try this.
Alright.
Hey.
Yeah, I won't perceive anything. Yeah, but not bad.
Please tell
Alright,
me
that would
the
be-
value of your rolls.
Should we
Oh, yeah.
type them in, or should we just
30,
say them
20 for me.
aloud?
Mine is total 13.
Total
Both
12.
flags.
17 for me, for Desmond.
19.
30, 20.
Nice. Those are both of 15. You guys notice he has a silver necklace. Something is hanging here.
Mm.
It's definitely not from here.
Is that maybe
Yeah.
competition we had there?
Do you really think
has- He does have a lute. With him.
Oh,
It's
definitely
like,
competition.
You see the
Definitely
case
competition.
on the side, and he's just like, he has a mug, and he says, "Top of the morning to you."
I don't have anything to do wrong. I'll just go.
Right.
Oh, right.
Brune,
How you doing?
Brune starts bringing you guys some mugs with unrequested beverages.
Oh, shit.
I would try to motion to him to get him to come down to say something quietly to him to Brune as he's pouring our drinks.
Sure, he
Can I try to
Depends,
listen
man.
in on what he's gonna tell him?
I'm not trying to hide it from you guys. I'm just
Okay.
trying to get it quiet down. I'm fully trying to get it for everyone's benefit. Just who's that man over there?
The
Falut.
Oh, that's Terry. He's
Terry?
a traveling bard. He's been
What
here
kind
for
of
a
music
bit.
does he play?
Lute music.
Good music? Good
Okay.
loot music?
It's
And he looks at Terry and sure.
consistent. Right.
How long has he been here?
He's been here for over a month.
Interesting.
So not much traveling, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see this being a place you make a lot of money. No offense, but
It's a
it's not
bummer.
a big city.
Yeah, he's mostly
What
doing
his
it for
business
room
is
and
here?
board.
That's fair.
You value his services that well?
What's that?
You You value his services enough to give him free room and board for playing his lute?
You know how many times a year we get a bard here?
No.
Never.
You know what his business is here? What brought him this way? It doesn't seem like a very common place to travel to.
I can hear you.
Why don't you join us?
Starting to think we're in the
All
wrong
right.
profession.
Now we
'cause
can't dunk on Terry.
We should be playing for free board. Why are we killing things? And
Yeah.
He saunters over with the loot case, puts it down, and like grabs a chair, like flips it at once, and puts it in place, sits
God.
down next to you guys.
The
He's
cool
like-
professor move.
that guy, right? Yeah.
He's a halfling, so when he sits down, he's like here in the table. He puts the mug down. Pah! How's it going, guys? What are you up to
How's
here?
it going?
Not sure yet. We came for a job.
But we're doing a favor for a friend.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah, let's
don't
leave it at
tell
Came
that,
to
man.
visit. We kind of forgot when Mistfall was going to happen. Apparently, it's not for a few weeks.
Brings you here.
I'm lying through my teeth, by the way.
That's fine. He doesn't seem to like try to read you for reals, and he's like,
Okay.
"Oh, nice. Yeah, very chill village we have here. You know, you can look at all the green and the pastures. Very little trouble comes this way. It's very nice. It's very nice for taking the time off. You know what I mean?
Time off
That's
from
what you're doing?
Maybe." And then he like takes a swig.
That's a shame, because we're looking for trouble.
At this, like, he stops. Brune stops. It's like,
Are we?
Not like that.
I was gonna say, I don't think we are.
I'd be
for my
interested in
act.
something a little. I'm not here
Oh.
for a vacation. I'm here for something interesting.
Well, I mean, Brune did mention, seemed like he knew some what we were talking about when we said we were here for Dothan. So,
around this time, a man bursts into the tavern, followed by Jerry. He's panting. Clearly, he ran here. He looks at you guys, like sees that Terry is sitting with you, but like eyes each of you. He's still panting a little bit, and he goes, "Is it true? Did Guan send you?"
You did?
yes.
Yeah.
It depends. Are you?
We got your
Dolphin?
postcards here. And I showed them.
Oh, we make those. We sell those if you guys want.
Oh yes.
I'm actually interested. Yeah. Later. Just yeah.
Just
You
came for the
haven't-
postcards.
You
honestly.
haven't answered my
Yeah, we're
question
going back,
yet. Are you Dothan?
I am. Yes, I'm Dolphin.
Right.
Look, we've been having this really weird thing going on. Okay.
Okay.
So,
he's getting stuck a little bit, and he's like trying to breathe, and he goes,
Why don't you sit down? We'll get you some
Want some
water,
beer,
maybe
man?
something to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
"Oh, that's so kind of you. Yes, Bruno, I'll have some hard cider if you want. It's hard cider, by the way. It's not ale."
All right.
I prefer
I
that.
slide my
Better.
mug to him. I guess I haven't touched it yet. Okay.
Okay, you give yours. He like takes a swig and oof. Never get tired of this. Been drinking it for 47 years. So he says, one of my daughters disappeared 4 years ago. During Mistfall. And then 2 years ago, somebody else's daughter disappeared. And now it's another 2 years. One of my daughters is turned 16 this year. Both other girls were 16, and she turned 16 recently. We're gonna have Mistfall soon, and I'm really scared we're gonna lose her too. Okay, so I really want you guys to help us out here. We don't know what's going on. They just went missing. We don't know what to
Is
do.
the bard at the table right now?
I think he's at. Yeah,
I want to insight check him for like whatever reaction he has to this story. Yeah?
Sure.
What am I doing? I don't have any. Right, 9.
Have you tried taking your family out during Mistfall?
Yeah, why stay here?
Let's go
I will
away.
say that kind of ignores the broader problem. Like, yeah, it would be one thing, like, his daughter wouldn't disappear, but somebody else's daughter would disappear, and we don't be wanting that.
Well, I mean, we could evacuate the whole town.
If they're
What
not
did-
paying me, why do I care? I only care about this guy here.
I don't think he's asking us to investigate his daughter's disappearance only.
Right.
We have 2
By
missing
the way-
girls, both who turned 16.
Did you investigate the other 2 disappearances? I know it's like, what happened? They just
Yeah,
they
where
just
exactly
gone and-
were these girls when they
didn't
disappeared?
the authorities do something about this?
Yep.
I don't understand.
Well, I mean, we don't really have authorities here. The girls were home when they disappeared. When Mistfall comes, we all go home because you can't see anything outside. It can be dangerous. But they went missing during Mistfall. They were home, so they left. Or so it's believed. But it makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
Your daughter 4 years ago was home, was inside your home when she
Yeah.
disappeared. You have no. She didn't leave the house to your knowledge, or
No, just next day she's gone.
Now, was it like a situation where she went into her room, that fell, and then the next morning you went and checked on her and she was gone?
Yeah.
Now, How-
does her window
Listen-
does her room have windows? Could she have left?
Yeah. I was going to say, 16-year-old girls tend to be a bit rambunctious, maybe trying to rebel, maybe trying to, get into a little bit of trouble. And any possibility they might have tried to sneak out and, meet up with a significant, special someone,
You see, he stops and he says, "Look, you guys are here to help. I won't lie to you guys. That's the running theory. Is that they ran away with their sweethearts, because other people also disappeared at the same time. If I'm gonna be honest, but it just doesn't make sense, Look, Gina, my wife, she thinks that they all left trying to find a better life in the big city or whatever, or in a bigger village. But that's just not safe out there. And why leave during Mistfall?
I'm not saying I think they left.
A lot of
I'm
travelers
thinking-
come through during Mistfall, correct?
Yeah.
What's that?
A lot of travelers come through Mistfall during the Mistfall, correct?
No.
No.
Interesting.
Some
Oh.
people from nearby villages sometimes come to visit just to see Mistfall, but you don't
It's
walk
not like a
around during
festival,
Mistfall.
though.
No.
Is it? No? Okay. Yeah, because in my head, I thought it was something like an event that maybe they just left with people from outside, but
Or
But-
they got an opportunity for someone from the outside to come kidnap
it's
them.
still an
although-
opportunity.
Yeah, and
You said that
often-
other people also disappeared?
Yeah, not just these. Not just the girls.
Maybe there isn't really a pattern here. What are you not telling us, Dothan?
I'm also thinking like there's a possibility these girls might have snuck out, but they were just sneaking out to sneak out and rebel a bit, and
Something
then they
happened.
were taken, or exactly, something happened.
It's
That
hard to
could be
see
the
during
case.
Mistfall. Are there just lots of like pits that open up around town?
Places to fall down.
Look, some people say that they've seen things walking around during Mistfall. I've never seen anything. I've always
Well,
lived here.
What kind of things?
Nobody can say. They always just see like silhouettes in the mist. These, so they probably just saw each other and
Right.
don't know anything.
Hmm.
But
After the girls disappeared, was there any evidence left behind? Anything unusual that anyone in town noticed or found?
no.
Could you direct us towards someone who's seen these silhouettes?
Sure.
I want to see your house.
No, when you say it like that. Okay, we do need to see your
That
house.
sounds
actually.
strange, but yes.
Buy
If
me
we could
some
actually
coffee first?
see.
Yeah.
I mean, having a better sense of where these girls disappeared from, and just a
Right.
general lay of the land, any sort of.
Also, your
Yeah.
house and the other girl's house as well. I think we should visit both
Mhm.
places since those happened during Mistfall.
And has this gone back any further than just these last 8 years or 6
No.
years?
4 years,
years.
sir. No.
Oh yeah, just 4.
Okay. Just
It
one
had-
thing, Mr. Dothan. Here's the deal. We were hired to come here and check on you. We already did that. Now, my friends are apparently willing to help you with whatever your problems are, but to get my expertise, and believe me, my friend, you will need it if you want to solve these issues. There's gotta be something else for us here. Like I said, I gave you a piece of advice. Mistfall's coming, you should live, take a vacation, and then come back. But if you need us to solve your issues, that's a little bit more.
He looks at you and says, don't have much here. I can give you postcards, maybe some hempen rope, some food.
No.
like,
There's
really
no
appreciate-
need. No, there's no need. There's no
I
need.
really
Come on, man.
appreciate
You're trying
your
to swindle
idea.
a guy. He just lost his
Really
daughter, and he's afraid for the other one. Come on.
Are you seriously offering your work for free at this market?
It's the right thing to do.
You
Come
know
on.
people die from exposure, right?
Right. Well, yes.
In a single night in a region that's as temperate as this, it doesn't get to like deathly cold at night around here during Mistfall, does it?
Oh, it's a mist, so maybe.
Well, I'm asking.
It's pretty cold.
Old enough to kill someone?
Supposed
Yeah.
to be looking.
But then then you would assume you'd find a body or something.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean,
At
I
least
guess
traces from animals or whatever. You didn't find any.
animals don't
believe
die.
there
Or
must
anything.
be
It gets
some hunters
cold.
around. Yeah.
Gets cold, but ain't nobody died yet from that.
I don't like your attitude, my friend. I'm talking to Moina. What's Gilly? I'm
Gilly.
talking to Gilly. I don't like your attitude, my friend. We pretty much already got our job done here. But since you are so keen to help these people,
Of course I am.
fine.
Well, Jim, I could also say, like,
You can walk,
You would be able
walk
to
back to the city
stay-
by yourself if you want, but I'm staying here with my wagon, and I'm going to solve this.
I was also thinking,
check
doesn't
in-
Elizabeth deserve to be able to sleep in a tavern for at least a night?
Elizabeth is a fine lady. She does need the finer things in life. You are very correct. Okay. I'll do it for her because she might get some action out of it, but don't you guys start thinking I'm well intentioned or something because I'm on an
Oh,
end.
never.
I'm here for the
Would
money.
never.
Gilly wears a mask that is a skull, basically, so you can't see him emote, but he looks at you like, thank you. And thumbs up.
Right.
Amazing. Dauphin's like, well, you guys mentioned you want to see the house. I can show you. I mean, I don't expect you to find any clues 2 years, 4 years later, but I can show you the place for sure.
Even if we just get a sense of where
Yeah.
is your house anywhere near the house of the other taken girl?
So he points out the house of the other girl is this one here,
Right?
Mm-hmm.
right? You guys are here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then he takes you guys all the way to his house over there.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
This is one of the few houses actually in the field.
Gotcha.
Right.
So there's
Mm.
there's not necessarily a grouping about this, and we don't have enough other instances to see if there's
it's
like,
like-
a pattern.
Are this is correct? Because it's
Yeah.
yeah. So they're far enough away, I don't think.
What kind of wildlife do you get around here? I guess I can say this as we're like going to
Yeah.
one
Sure.
of the places.
Normal kind, I guess. He's like,
Are we fully just in the fields? Are we near any hills, any wooded regions?
yeah. So you can see tree line. It's
Okay.
in the middle of a forest. The trail took you guys into the forests.
Okay.
In the distance, there are mountains or like tall hills and this kind of thing, but
Yeah. Well, if something in the
time
forest
that-
took root, yeah.
The
What's that?
time that you've been here, has anyone moved in or left town in the past 6 years? Anybody significant?
well, people have moved in and moved out. Peyton, for example, he came from out of town with his wife. Some people move here. It's a very quiet place. We all work together. Sometimes people leave and we don't hear about them again. We don't know if they made it to another village or town or whatever.
Anyone make a particularly dramatic exit or entrance? Meaning, was there anybody's enter or leave from town who it struck you?
Well, Terry made an entrance because he's a bard. Peyton also was a bard before he retired. Peyton is actually the father of Drew, the other girl that disappeared.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Let me release some more people for y'all.
Yes.
There's Peyton and there's Drew.
And you said Peyton left town. When did he leave town?
No, he came
here from
into
out of
town.
Oh, he came into town.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So he's still here. He hasn't left after his daughter
After yeah.
was taken or went missing.
No.
And
How
he's
long
a
has he
bard
been here?
himself.
Oh, they've been here for a number of years. They actually have some 5 kids, I think. Some of them already married off to other villages or have their own homes. So you got
He's considered a recent person who moved in. How recently did he move in?
I don't know if he's the most recent to move in, but he moved in some 20-something years ago. It's been a while.
Interesting.
But so you don't remember anyone of note who's come only in the last 4 years?
I can honestly say, well, no, there is one person that came. Granny. Granny moved in.
Granny.
After the
Granny?
a while after the first my Lisa disappeared. Guess I should show
What does
those
he
onto
do
you
in
guys.
town? How would you describe him as a person?
Who? Peyton?
Oh, Granny. The latest person to have moved in.
Oh, Granny? Well, she's the town's healer. she's the only one that really makes sense of those herbs, and she's helped with some people that hurt themselves and got sick.
Like an actual granny.
Like an actual granny, yeah. That's why we call her Granny.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Right.
At this point, have we moseyed close enough to your dwelling
Yeah.
place?
I'd say
Okay.
about this time you guys are there. You see, all the structures here are really simple. It's like wooden structures. They don't even like really lock. He opens the door, the wooden door. His wife is inside, cooking something. She immediately like looks at you guys like, "What? Who are those? Dolphin? What's going on here?" And he starts trying to explain, like, "So my cousin came through, like, these are adventurers. They came to help out with the..." And she's like, "No, those girls left with their promised ones. They just wanted a better life, Dolphin. That's obvious. Everybody knows that. What are you doing?" And they just like start bickering immediately. You see, it's a relatively big house. They have had more than one kid, and you see there's at least 3 rooms. The house isn't huge or anything, but there is at least 3 rooms here, and one big space that is like the living room plus whatever is a kitchen. And outside there's an oven, one of those like rock ovens outside type situation, I'd say. Yeah, there
while
are
they're
windows.
mid-argument, can we sneak, or can I try to sneak away to
You can
investigate?
certainly try.
I can
Hey.
try to. Is there any way I can like try to cover her and just like?
Pretty
Yeah?
sure that's copyrighted by now.
Oh man,
Do
yeah.
sneak.
So many phrases I can't use, damn it.
Then you match you.
All right, here we go.
I have to roll to help.
Whew. It is 14.
Let's are we
Sneaky,
getting some help
sneaky
from
enough.
Sydney?
I'm trying to see if I
12?
can
No.
add anything to it, but I rolled an 11. I don't think I
I'll
can.
hold still so I don't get in the way of anyone right now.
So describe your sneak attempt. Like,
Boy. It doesn't seem like there's a lot to hide behind or from, but I'm hoping that while they're
I'm
in
trying to
this
like
heated
put my
argument, I can at least try to sneak off, maybe with help of my fellow adventurer covering me. So maybe if he gets noticed, maybe I won't.
I can put my arms like this and try to like shield her
so as
Yeah,
you guys
that's what I'm
like
trying
with
to
my
do. Is
big
just
armor. Like
physically
short,
stand
but at
in
least
front
I
of
can-
her.
as you guys are like
Yeah.
shimmying over with her behind you,
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Essentially, yes.
Gina just
just
stops
pretending like I'm looking.
in the middle of the discussion with Dolphin. She just goes, "See that? See that? They're already sneaking around. Look, they're already going to the bedrooms. I told you, you can't trust these outside people." It's like, no, they want to investigate. They want to see the place. That's what they came here to do. Like, we don't have much stuff. They're gonna steal our stuff. What are we doing?
I start walking
I was
over.
personally looking for the restroom. My apologies.
The outhouse is outside.
So long.
Uh,
I'm so sorry about that.
I want to walk over to the conversation Dothan's having to his wife. Of course, as a giant skeleton person, not giant, but a human skeleton person.
Just off the bat, just roll an intimidation check.
Okay, I'm not trying to intimidate, but I think that's appropriate.
There's a skeleton person and a skeleton-themed armored person in the room.
It's like
Oh.
double skeleton.
It's
Yeah.
like,
It's very
Sorry about
very
that.
scary.
Yeah.
I didn't roll very well, but I have okay intimidation, so that's a 13.
the discussion dies down a little bit when you move close to them.
All right, I move close as I die down. I'm going to say you mentioned a promised one, a sweetheart of some sorts. Did your daughter have that at the moment that you knew of before she left?
I think they're
Someone who she
scared of
wanted
the
to
eye
leave
patch.
town with?
Well, at the age of 16 is about the age that they get, promised and married off to some other family.
Well,
kinda
did that happen?
custom.
Was she promised to someone else?
Yeah.
All right.
Who
Well,
might that be?
Yeah,
that's fairly important.
it's relevant information. Yes.
Did he disappear as well?
Let me check. Sorry. I was gonna print my things, but my printer failed, as printers
no.
do.
Mhm.
Natural ones all around. Lisa did not. No. On the same. Yeah, she says it. No, her promise. My Lisa was promised to another boy in town, but in another village. But so yeah, he didn't go missing, as far as I know. There's another girl that disappeared on the same day, but I think it's unrelated.
Hold on, what? And also,
Back up
you're
a
saying
little.
that you think she went to go live with her sweetheart, her promised one. Have you gone to the other village and checked to see if she's there with her promised one?
What if she?
No.
What if she didn't like her
Oh my
promised
God.
one
In
and
4
she left with
years?
someone else?
You don't understand.
Oh
It's
my-
very hard to keep all these plantations going, and we need to do the hemp and rope. It's a lot of work, and we need
One
to keep these
person
people
couldn't be
fed and the
spared to
animals.
investigate in
Yes.
4 years.
The people we how do you say? We spare the people we have to spare the people we send off to sell things and bring back the money.
You sell postcards and you were not able to get one back in 4 years.
Dalton was able to send how many postcards to his cousin, and you didn't send one to
Like,
this
just send
boy
a
off in the other
postcard to
town.
this other village, right? Yeah.
That's the time where Jim says to the group, there is something they are not telling us. And then he walks out of the house. And I want to do a check on the outside of the house, look for clues, look for points of access besides the door where someone can sneak in or out, and to see if the terrain around the house would be muddy. If there's mist outside, which is usually moist, it might be at least a little bit easy to make footprints or, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
6,
Yeah, I know,
almost.
but, we can ask if they noticed anything 4 years ago,
Right.
Yeah, do an
Plus,
investigation
they
check.
didn't bother looking in the other town in 4 years. Maybe they haven't touched the muddy footprints in 4 years, and they're still
That
there.
might very well be the case.
I'm thinking they're kind of incompetent, so yeah.
It's investigation, right?
Yeah.
I want to spend 2 mana to add my intelligence modifier to the roll. So it's the results plus 3.
Do it.
So it's 26 total.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You find the girl. We're done.
End of adventure.
She was there.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, you start looking around. You find the outhouse. You see, the house is separate a little bit from what they actually like the actual plantations. But there's grass, this kind of stuff around, and you're not wrong. Like you could get muddy around the house. They like pull out weeds in the immediate vicinity of the house, so it doesn't like grow in the house or whatever, and to keep the wood good, whatever. But so yeah, you're not wrong in assuming it would get muddy if with mist and dampness.
Anything suspicious, like a particularly large window or some,
windows. There are windows. They're not particularly large. They're very simple. Like they're completely made of wood.
Okay.
And
shutters,
they seem to open inwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No kind of pry marks or anything on any of the windows?
No.
Okay.
Has everyone moved outside now that
I stayed in.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
see
was
people
still
in the
just-
field
I wanted to
looking
go
at
to the
you.
girls' room just to check it out from the
what
inside.
else will do?
If there's anything.
Before you start moving around the house, I was gonna say, Dothan kind of like soothes his wife a little bit, and he goes, "The other girl that disappeared was Dame. She was Lisa's best friend. He was a dwarf. They were together all the time, and they both disappeared.
On the same day, or this was the
No,
girl
2
that
years
2
after.
years
2 years
later.
later?
No, on the same
did
day,
they
4
have-
years ago.
On the
Oh,
same day, 4 years ago, these
Oh.
two girls, best
Why
friends,
would-
they disappeared the same day.
why
Yeah.
would there be no connection? Of course, that there's a connection right there.
Yeah.
Do they have any other friends that didn't disappear? Are there any girls left in this village?
Yeah, there are girls left in the village.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit frustrated.
Okay.
Can I ask why exactly after your literal daughter disappeared, and you didn't reach out to your cousin immediately?
Back then, yes.
Oh, we did. I sent him a letter, but
Oh,
Again, why was a letter not sent to the boy that you think she was with?
yeah, that's
like kind of rubs his nose and like, well, there was a suspicion around town that maybe they were more than friends.
Oh,
Yes, that might very well be the case.
I mean, I will say when I heard two girls had disappeared at the same night, that was where my brain went instead of
right,
just.
yeah. The friend thing, yeah, kind of.
Am
Right.
I right to
Give it away.
assume that you and your wife were against it?
We have no problem, with her being a girl. It's just she was promised to somebody else in another village. You have
And
to
who
understand.
promised?
Did she want to be promised to somebody else in the village? Did she have any choice in that?
Of course, she wanted to help the family.
Oh,
My dear.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Dothan, were there tracks the following morning around the house?
See if Dothan checked. He says, we looked for her everywhere. We really even went into the forest. Like we convinced the rest of the town, the village, to help us out. And even Atalad went with us for protection. Atalad is a dwarven lady that lives here. She's good fighter, and jeez.
But
Mhm.
were there tracks, Dothan?
We none that we could follow.
Right.
There were some tracks. It gets misty and wet, but they kind of disappeared.
You see, Dothan,
That's why I don't think they left. The tracks didn't go through the track road through the road.
Yeah, but they
Wait,
did
so
come
now you're
from
saying
your
they're
house.
What's
So
that?
there were Where were the tracks from? Were they
Heading,
outside
yeah.
her window? Did they go?
Yeah, outside her window.
Was
Oh
it
my.
one pair of tracks, two pairs of tracks?
From our
And-
house was just one.
Right.
But they seem to go into the forest, which is what doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
A lot of this
Maybe-
also doesn't make sense to me. So
Nothing makes sense so far.
Wait.
But yes.
Okay, was Lisa acting unusual the day of the disappearance? Was she acting reserved? Was she isolating herself? Did it seem like someone's either maybe messed with her
Right.
mind or she had made a
Even in
decision?
the days previous from
Dolphin says, no, she was fine. She was totally fine, She wanted to help the family. She was excited about the marriage. And, yeah, it would have been great to get that partnership with the other village going on. She knew that, She wouldn't have
partnership with
laughed,
the
I
other
don't
village. How so?
think. See, he catches himself, like, Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Well, you said it now. So.
Yeah. And he goes, well, like how nobles marry each other's cousins and stuff, and they create relationships that way. We kind of do that a little bit too with other villages. It helps with networking.
Yes, the
Right.
hemp and rope farming networking.
Yes,
job.
yes, yeah. Those deep, yeah.
Can I do some kind of insight check on this guy just to see if his daughter was going through some kind of emotional turmoil, do I think he would actually be able to figure that out?
You do it.
I'm probably not gonna know.
I'm just rooting for
Anybody
the
can
daughter
try.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Like, never
Right,
come back,
plus
man. Yes.
14?
Maybe we should find her.
14.
We should make sure
Man,
she's fine, but if we find her, just
you don't think this man has the emotional intelligence for that?
right.
Oh boy.
That was my
Anyone
gut,
check
but I
with
want
him
to
yet
say.
to ask
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he's lying? Like or not telling us everything?
Oh, he's 100% not telling us everything.
Every time you
Not
poke
smart
something
enough.
else, just drops. Yeah.
Okay, well, so we've established that there's a connection to the other girl who disappeared on the same night. But okay, we're now stuck on this one thing, which could be one thing, and that the tracks led to the forest. We also have the girl who disappeared 2 years ago. We have not established a connection between that.
Yes. Was she also promised to somebody from a neighboring town that she may or may not have been actually interested in?
Right.
No matter how excited she seemed to make networking.
Yes, for the networking.
Yeah, I mean,
Drew, I'm not sure who Drew. I think Drew. Oh, that's right. Drew was promised to a boy in town. His name was Agoron, I think. He was a nice boy. Yeah.
Okay, well, we need to talk to him. 100,000%.
Well,
Right.
he went missing with her.
We asked if anyone else went missing, and you said no one that seemed important.
You see, Dothan, this is something it has been bothering me since we first met. There are times when we ask you questions and you don't answer, and there are times when you ask you questions and you don't answer with the truth. And
All
that's
of the truth.
really strange for a concerned father like yourself.
Like he starts sweating a little bit, and he goes,
Oh.
"No,
I
I'm telling the
approached with
truth.
my,
I'm telling all the truth I have to tell you. I need you to help me make sure
Alright.
my daughter doesn't
Yeah,
disappear."
can we do a check on
Can I
that?
roll insight,
Can I-
please?
Can
Yeah.
I go intimidation, like full intimidation right now with my armor?
Sure.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Yeah, big
Me
time.
too. 19 total for me.
Oh, 17 on intimidation.
Dirty 20 for me on insight.
16
Uh,
for me.
Looking at your school mask, he's now like sweating.
Just trying to
Uh,
help him break the facade for the other ones.
And what'd you guys get? Let me see.
19 for insight.
I had the
16.
dirty 20 for insight.
30, 20. Okay, everybody got all super high rolls.
He's both intimidated and probably gonna will probably know if he's
Yeah.
lying.
You see, this is a very simple man trying to do a thing and his way out of this depth. And he is concerned for his daughters, and he's also concerned about this possible merchant connection he's trying to fabricate around villages. Like maybe this man's trying to get a better life for himself somehow through this. So he's not
uncaring towards his daughters, at least.
No,
We're
he's
not getting
not.
the sense
He
yet.
cares about his daughter. He's not trying to. He was hiding that probably not to seem like he didn't care for
Right.
the daughters.
He's not hiding anything intentionally from us, from what we can tell.
Not from what I can tell.
Oh Lord.
Okay,
So he's
I'll
just
say
not very
something.
good with the details.
Mr. Doughton, I know you're worried right now, and yeah, I don't let go of the proximity of his face.
So just like right here.
Right, yeah, exactly. But we need you to be absolutely forthright with us if you want us to help you. Like my friend over there, he didn't care as much. He was just doing his job. But now I'm starting to agree with him that maybe we shouldn't be here. If you don't want our help,
He
then we'll
starts
just
looking around
leave.
like, no, please stay. What
And
more do
tell
you
us
want to know?
everything.
That's it.
Everything,
the girls.
including the skeletons in the closet. I had to make the joke.
You have plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, he says, look. He like shifts a little bit.
I give him space too.
You
Gives him a few more inches.
Yeah.
It says the girls disappeared with their sweet ones. That is the running theory in the village. I don't think that's what happened. Okay? I don't think
What do
Gut
you
that's
think
feeling.
happened?
I really don't know. They were charmed. There were somehow somebody convinced them to try and do something and then abducted them. I don't know what happened. But I don't think they would leave, because why would they leave through the forest? Both girls.
Both
I get
girls
your
left
point.
through the forest. Both
Yeah, it
times
doesn't
they
make
found
sense.
tracks leading to the forest.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even the one 2
Which-
years ago.
Yeah.
We should go talk to this lady you mentioned, the dwarven warrior
I think we should
who
talk
helped in the
to
search.
Peyton first, since his daughter also disappeared.
Right.
If he might have picked on some details that might have gotten missed.
Mhm.
The dwarven fighter sounds like a good lead.
And
And
We
Granny,
also
maybe.
got to check out the forest too, or at least
Yeah,
where we think the
check out the
tracks
forest.
may have been.
I would like to talk to someone who saw those silhouettes, because I'm very curious to see if they are aimed at particular, if they're human-sized or if there's something a little more monstrous to them.
Oh, these people will tell you any stories just to get to tell you a story, you know. You know how they are.
Yeah,
I
I'm
happen
starting
to
to
be a
get how
religious
the-
woman. My life is made up of stories. Stories
like
are important.
stops. No, we are religious here. Yeah, there's some many religious people here. Yeah, many worshippers of the Great Mother.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Let me
He
know if you need
says,
me to preach a sermon.
"Oh, you're a follower." Like, he strikes a conversation. So, you guys already know where Peyton's house is, which is this one.
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
And yeah, that's all you're asking, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
No, and Granny's place and the fighter's place.
He said,
And the point in the woods where the tracks disappeared.
okay, so Granny's place is this one, the one more separate.
Mhm.
Okay.
The tracks seem to go that way, both times.
They just help for the stream that way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Interesting.
So this is Granny's house.
This one here, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to go talk to Granny, but I do not want Dothan to know where I'm going. So I will just pretend to go with someone else that's going to do whatever, and
Sure.
the
Well,
appropriate time I would.
You see,
I also
Dothan
would like
tells
to
you
talk
like,
to Granny at some point.
Dothan says, please go by town. Everybody's nice. They might side eye you. Nobody's gonna attack you. Please don't attack anybody. You can go talk to them ask them whatever you want. They're gonna understand it when you tell them it's because of the missing girls, even if they don't think there's anything untoward that happened. The last house you asked is Atalad, which is this one here.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, do we want to split up or do we want to all just go together? Because it makes sense to go Peyton, Granny, Atalad, and then check out the forest.
I'm gonna go first to Granny's. You guys can meet me there, and then I'll rejoin the group. But I want to talk to her without lots of people, intimidating an old lady.
Why don't I go with you? Because I don't trust you.
Yeah, you shouldn't, and I don't trust anyone else. But I do know this: old ladies, they usually know what the youngs are up to. They just don't tell their parents. So.
Oh yeah.
I want to check that. You can join me later if you want, or you can go with me now. But I want to
I'll go
do
with you
this
now.
now. So, yeah.
I have no problem going with you. I don't think I will be of too much assistance over at Peyton's, but
Okay.
healer to healer, I can talk to Granny.
Fair enough. We can do that. So we don't split the group too much. We just, two smaller groups. Yeah.
Cool. So you guys split up. Dolphin goes back to the fields, like he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. Yeah. Let's see who would get there first. I think it's about the same speed. Who wants to go first? All right. So you guys get to Granny's house.
Granny.
Do you knock on the door? Do you just like barge in?
Oh yeah, knock on the door. Yes.
Okay. You guys knock on the door, and you hear from inside a faint like, 1 second. And after probably way too long, the door opens. See, it wasn't locked at all. Like, and you see this like short, old human lady with like a walking stick, gray hair, the face like full of crinkles, and just like a comfortable smile on her face, and she opens the door and she goes a little surprised, like, "Oh, we have some new faces in town. That's so nice.
Hi.
Please come on in. Come on in. I was just
Oh,
making some
thank
tea." And then she
you.
starts walking like, and she's so slow.
Why don't I help you with the tea?
Oh, so kind of you. Well, what's your name, my dear?
Keisha.
Hey, sure, very pretty name.
Thank you. It's like the acacia tree. Yeah.
I
Oh,
will remember to remove my hat as I enter the house because I respect a lot the old lady. So.
and she points to the wall. Oh, you can hang it here, my boy.
Why? Thank you very much.
Please take a seat.
Completely
You must be
different.
must be
Thank
tired.
you.
I'm sure we could do with a bit of a rest. But why don't, I could put this more eloquently, but we sort of came here with some questions in mind, and we were hoping you might be able to illuminate some things for us.
Oh, sure. Let me just pour the tea. And she like slowly pouring the tea, shaking. Misses a bit.
I'm just gonna hold the cup underneath and try to like adjust for the shaking.
I thought about making it reflexes, but that's fine. Yeah, she takes like way too long to get over to Jim's side, and then pours for him too. And she sits down. Please, what is your question? Do you have anything I can help you with? I have herbs. I can help you with any wounds. If you're sick, I can help you. Is that a sore throat? You, my boy, seem to have a sore throat going on.
No, it's all better now. I just needed some rest and the hospitality of a fantastic host.
Oh, you're so kind.
Oh, no. You are so kind for having us. We actually have a few questions, if you don't mind.
No, I love answering questions. The youth needs more education.
That is true. I do think that everyone needs more education. And you see, it's really hard for us when we ask the people something about their past that they actually want some help with. And they don't have the ability to say what they need in words. So that's why I think education is very, very important.
That is very true, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are things you learn as, a healer and a caretaker, things that people might disclose to you that they feel comfortable disclosing to their own families. Maybe, uh, the secrets I've heard, honestly. But, I was just wondering if you happen to know anything about Dorthan's daughter, Lisa, the one who disappeared 4 years ago.
Oh. Yes. Very sad. He didn't even say goodbye, Didn't say anything. Many of the women here come for me for women troubles, you understand. Headaches and the sort. And she's like, she's one of those grannies that like is constantly like having, shaking it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, yeah, she didn't quite seem like herself. Lisa was very, very outwards and excited about everything. And she seemed very quiet the time before she disappeared. Um, she
Her friend,
did?
her friend, didn't she have a friend too who also disappeared about the same time?
Oh, I think that was Damai, yeah? She says, yeah, I don't know what to say. The Damai was fine. Lisa was a little less talkative, but not smiling as much, but then she was gone. They're both gone.
You said they didn't say goodbye, but did you know it was the last time you would see them by any chance?
No. Lisa came over once. She looked different, didn't seem a good mood. She asked for some, uh, she was feeling sick. But, just feeling ill. Like everything would make her feel like a little nauseous. So I just gave her some tea. And then she went. Jew used to come here too all the time, but just for headaches, she had them all the time.
This sickness, is this something that you treat other people, other women constantly by any chance?
Well, women have this thing they have to deal with every month. It's very.
Yeah, but you mentioned some sickness, like everything was making her sick.
Yeah, that monthly consistent issue. It doesn't often, lead to a nausea sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Was this any sort of? Was there any kind of suspicion that that monthly problem had disappeared recently?
Oh, my dear, I thought about that, over the years. I thought that was a possibility. at the time I considered it, but you see, some other factors made me think maybe that wasn't the issue
Okay.
with her specifically. So I just treated the symptom and waited to see if something else would happen.
Okay.
Alright. But now
Didn't
you
have
mentioned
enough
she
time.
looked. You mentioned she looked different. What specifically looked different about her?
It was, like I said, she used to smile a lot and be nice, and suddenly she didn't. Ju was
Okay.
kind of the same in that Ju liked talking to everybody. She was always slacking off from work because she was talking, and she also stopped talking to everybody. Seemed to be closed off. Both girls.
Okay. You have moved to this village quite recently, wasn't it? Like a few years ago?
Yes, that's right.
What do you think about the Mistfall?
So cold.
Right.
Very interesting phenomenon.
Are you always indoors when it happens? Have you ever
Oh.
seen something outside?
Outside? No, why would you be outside? It gets really cold.
Yeah, I assume
And it's
so.
hard to see, too.
Have you ever felt something else besides the cold?
I can't say that I have.
Right. I look to my colleague here and I say, do you want to ask something else?
I'm trying to. I had another question and it disappeared, and I apologize. Oh, actually, I do have another question. Now, you're a healing woman. You tend to ailments. Is any of it magic based, or is it strictly just herbs and knowledge?
Oh, I don't have any magical powers. I can make some potent healing things, but I don't know any magic myself. Haven't treated anything magical in nature either. I don't know if I would have been able to.
Alright. I was just curious whether you might be able to sense if something was a bit odd, and it seemed a bit magically based, but. Well, is
Oh.
there anything we can do for you for answering all these questions for us?
Oh, sure, you can take some of these cookies. She
That will be my pleasure.
slowly
Absolute
gets
pleasure,
up, goes to fetch some
why
cookies
don't you
for
point
guys.
them out to me and I'll go grab them for you?
Oh, it's fine. Anyways, she takes forever doing that. Meanwhile,
she's just
the other
secretly
team-
dying.
the other team arrives at Peyton's house.
Can
And
I
you-
sneak out before we arrive there?
Sure. You want
Do I
to
have
sneak
to roll
like
for it?
around, like just not in the
No,
group?
I want to kind of hang back. Like, I'm a dwarf, so I'm walking a little bit slower than them with all my armor on. And I'm just constantly like, it's fine. I'll get there. And I just start to lag back, and just at the first opportunity, I just like make a left turn and disappear.
Sure.
Would we notice him disappear?
If he's trying to sneak away, let's see.
You will, because I have a -5 on stealth right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So-
There is no passive
Stealthiest,
perception, right?
Heavy armored. No.
I rolled really well,
Uh,
but that's a 9.
wow. From a 14 to a 9. What do you guys
Can I
get
do
for
some trickery so
perception?
I can kind of help that situation?
I'll give you a small
Pretending I
bonus
am
because you
actually,
lagged
like-
behind.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
it might not have mattered for
Go-
me. I got a 5.
Let's see.
I'm a good trickster, apparently. Apparently, I rolled an 18.
Oh boy, it
Okay.
might not matter for me either because I got
I'm kind of worried because if that's our general perception level, we're gonna be...
Got a 6. No, I just rolled very
I
poorly.
rolled terribly. Yeah.
Oh, you sneak
Yeah.
out, man.
Hey,
And one moment, you guys are like, "Oh man, Gilly's really back there. What the hell is Gilly?" It's like, gone.
so yeah,
But yeah, you do arrive at the house, you two. You knock on the door. What's your procedure?
Maybe like knock on the door, yeah.
Yeah, probably just. I mean, well, we sort of probably would regroup, and at that point, notice that we're missing a member, right?
The other group is still with Granny. It's just you two right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but we know that somebody in our group's not
Yeah.
really. So, okay.
At this point,
Gilly's
we didn't
nowhere to
notice
be
them
seen.
leaving. We
Yes.
we were about to go knock on the
Yeah.
door and realize we're just two people.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the herd is thinning, I guess. I hope they didn't disappear like the girls.
oops, sorry.
All right.
Um,
Well, I mean, we should have the same questions as we did for Dothan.
Definitely.
Just
Okay.
yeah. All right.
So you knock on the door. And half-elven woman opens the door. She has like sand-colored hair, fair skin, honey-colored eyes. It's very pretty looking, even though she's like wearing just very simple clothes. But you can see she's putting a lot of effort into like her visuals. She opens the door and she's immediately like taken aback at the skeleton standing there.
Mhm.
She's like eyeing you, like doesn't know if to like open or close the door, you know?
I'll just kind of sneak in where like the door's partially open and be like, "Hello."
Hi?
Hi.
You-
Because we were, just to be clear, this is not in character. We were only told that Peyton was still. Were we given a name for Peyton's wife or anything?
No, you do know he has children. You don't know how
His
many.
children. Oh, he had 5 children. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
Dolphin had
that,
4 or
right?
5 children. Yeah, Clayton has some children too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. All right. Hello. Is this Peyton's residence?
Yes, is he in trouble?
No.
Oh my goodness, we're just looking to talk with him, and we have a couple questions.
He's
Clarify.
working in the fields, but maybe I can help you.
Who are you? Are you one of Peyton's children, his wife?
Oh, you're so kind. And she starts like getting a little looser, and she's like, I'm his wife. Yes, I know it's
I mean,
hard to believe.
Hey, elves, they age gracefully.
Isn't that true? Like she does not correct you that she's a half elven
Mhm.
woman. She's like, well, would you like to come in? Maybe.
That
Sure.
would be very nice. Thank you.
And for clarification, we were hired by Dothan.
Oh, he's hiring people now. Interesting.
Okay.
You see a girl is also at home. She seems pretty young, like 13, 14. She's considerably shorter than her mother, and like she's walking around and she's looking. She looks and says, "Alice, what is it? Go get him proper clothes, girl. What's that? We have a visit, okay?" And the girl like doesn't say anything, just runs in. You see that she doesn't look a lot like her mother. Like she has darker hair, almost like
Mhm.
bluish, like a darker skin. Anyway, she runs back to her room, and she goes, "Oh, so please have a seat. You said you have questions for Peyton, or like, what is this about? If I might inquire."
Well, this is about the disappearances that have gone on during Mistfall every 2 years for the past 4 years, including Jew.
Oh yes, yes, Jew. Of course, Dothan's still mulling on that. I mean, of course, look, the girls went away, okay, to find better life. My Jew ran away with her promised boy, Egeron, okay? They ran away on Mistfall. It was very romantic, okay? They went
Where
to
did
the
they
city
go?
to find better life. They didn't tell us. They wanted a new start. You know how it is. At some
Did they
point, they
tell you
will
that
reach back.
they were leaving?
No, they didn't. They didn't. They wanted to be rebels. You know how it is with these kids.
Don't you
They have
want to know
not.
where they
They
are? Why? I mean, when did you stop looking? I know there were a lot of initial search parties.
Oh, it was clear for me from the start what they did. I knew it was obvious. You know how it is. But when they, at some point, they'll miss family. You know, we're such a big family, and they're gonna miss us. They're gonna reach and send a postcard. You know, it's
haven't
part of
done
the
that in
tradition.
2 years, and that doesn't. It's part of the tradition.
Yes,
Tradition
we
going
make
back how
postcards
long?
here. My
What's
daughter.
the postcards are a tradition, not like just a trinket.
No, postcards. My daughter Aria's she married off to a much bigger village with this very rich merchant and this Angelus gentleman. He was beautiful. Um and she's my pride, you have to understand. But she sends postcards pretty frequently.
Chu doesn't.
It hasn't yet, but you'll see, she will. Look, I'm telling you,
So
I'm
you
so
think that
sorry
they
you're
were
here.
planning to leave on Mistfall, correct? I think this was their big, romantic, dramatic exit out of town.
Seems so. I mean, that's what they did.
Well, if they had been planning it, do you know if they took any stuff with them? Any of their belongings?
Well, it's a damnedest thing because the Jew didn't take much, but I just, thought maybe it's for her new start. She didn't want any of the
You'll need a change
poor
of clothes, even
things.
if you're going into.
Oh, you said she didn't
Just
take much. What did she take?
yeah. Did she take anything? Is not much nothing, or is it something?
Well,
Did she just leave in her nightgown? Did she even have a proper set of clothing at all with her?
you see, I don't know if she did, but she might have gotten something different, you know? Agaron
Uh,
left prepared.
Who did?
Interesting. How do you know he left prepared?
Good observation. You see, she catches herself and goes, well, people investigated, and would you like some tea?
Yeah, no,
No,
I think
no,
I'm
no, no.
okay. Can we?
What do you know about the other? What do you know about his leaving town?
I know they left together.
Why was he
How?
prepared? What did he take
And
with him?
and how do you know that?
Yeah, it seems I heard from the other folk that some of his stuff was missing.
What?
Most of his things. Anything he would have taken to travel, more clothes, some food, some
So you heard this from
cooking
other people in
utensils.
town that he left prepared. You yourself know that he left prepared?
That's right. I like I said, it was pretty obvious to me. I didn't investigate much. My Jew would never do something crazy. She was very well behaved,
Yeah.
and
We
not-
roll insider
she's not-
perception to see if it seems like she's telling the truth.
She's not like this. Not like Salia, the Dothan's girl. It's probably the girl who's worried about right now. And she's like frequently with that halfling boy. No, my Jew was always very proper. She did not do anything untoward at all. You can definitely roll insight.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Ooh. Let's see. It is 14.
15 for me.
Lying like a cheap Chinese watch, as they say across the pond.
Amazing. Just in general, nothing, no, like moments or the things that are getting us the most. It just seems like she's just lying through her teeth.
You know for a fact that her daughter went missing. And she's the second one to tell you the Agron went missing. She maybe Agron didn't leave, didn't disappeared with her. Is what you're getting.
Interesting.
From this. And she also dropped a hint about Salia, the Dothan's now 16-year-old girl who's been hanging out with a halfling boy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's wrong with halflings? Why was she so dismissive of the halfling boy?
It's clearly a racist. Wants to marry her off to Angelus and elves and stuff.
I'm gonna try to roll intimidation to intimidate her into telling us the truth of everything she knows.
What are you gonna say?
I am going to say alright, listen. I don't care whether or not you care about your daughter's disappearance. I don't care about how the town feels about it. We were hired to do a job, and you're gonna tell me everything you know, because we know that you're lying.
Can I help with that action?
Sure.
And that's just if I get a 10 or above. It's what is it again? Help in the system.
Yeah, it adds to her test.
Yeah.
So 10 is +1, and then 15 is +2, 20 is +3, etc.
Well, I didn't help at all.
Boy, I could have used it.
What'd you get?
I got a 4.
Of course, my intimidation is so high too. I mean, it's still 13, even with my low roll. I don't know if that's enough to intimidate this woman.
You see that she gets up and straightens out her clothes, and she says, very proper, puts her hands, and she says, "Maybe it's time that you left. I don't like being called a liar in my home, please." And then she opens the door. It's been a nice day to you. And she waits for you to leave.
Has the other daughter come back down at this point, or is she
No,
still
she did not.
As we're leaving, I turn and say, "How old is that? Are your current children?"
Goodbye. And then she closes the door behind you. Poof.
Because you said she looked like she could be in her late teens.
Yeah, you said 13, 14,
She's like
right?
13, 14, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just look young, we don't know.
Sure. Help.
I'll say, Namui, what you been up to during this time?
Okay, so the moment I sneak off, I managed to sneak off. I try to look for a, I don't know, an alleyway. I don't know if this town is big enough for that, but anywhere private, so I could change my clothes.
Your clothes?
Yes, I wanted to change my traveler's clothes, like regular clothes.
Okay.
For my military uniform.
Okay.
And, well, part of that is that I have an insignia that I kind of clip to my cloak. I just take my armor enough so that I can change the pieces that I need to change to look proper. And then I go straight to the warrior's house, and I wait there for anyone from my party to arrive. and I just sit there at the porch.
Oh, so you wait. Come on. Wait over here.
Yeah.
And you, as you're waiting,
I don't
you
enter.
hear.
I don't knock. I just wait patiently for them by the house.
Sure. You. Not many people come by that part. You do hear some sounds coming from the house right next to it. And from the smell, that's a leather worker.
Right. What sounds like leather working sounds?
Leather
or-
working sounds, yeah.
Oh, right.
Whatever
Sure,
those
sure.
are.
I don't try or anything. Just wait for my companions.
If you wait there like for enough time, like during their interactions to happen,
Mhm.
you see that actually a woman comes out for fresh air. She has like a
Right.
leather apron on.
Mhm.
Some tools on the apron, like has these like pockets she can put stuff on.
Mhm. Extend
Let
that
me tell you.
attention and like a soldier and just do a curtsy to her if she sees me.
Yeah, she has like copper hair, light brown eyes. She has like a little wooden necklace thing going on that
Mhm.
you've seen the
Do I
symbol
recognize
before.
it?
It's the Great Mother.
Okay.
And it's like leather. It's a leather thing she has hanging it on. Yeah. And you see she steps out and like does a double take on you, like
Okay.
what the?
And I
And
do
she
the
goes.
like.
She goes. Can I help you, sir?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm just waiting for my companions to arrive. Listen. Do you know the resident of this house here? And I point to the. What's her name again?
Atalad.
That's a lot. Yeah. Mrs.
Let me see if I can drop these things.
Because I don't think this one is.
I'll drop both. You see them now?
Oh, yeah.
Did somebody leave the Discord?
I hope not. No,
I
don't think so.
heard the sound, but I know.
Yeah. Everybody's still in order here.
Oh, so weird.
Yeah, I also heard that, but I don't. It's the same number of people.
Ghost. Hey.
I clicked on like the stream to look at the stream, but I didn't leave.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
I
it's
don't
that's
That might have been it.
Mm.
It might have been.
Okay. So you asked her about the person that lives there, and she says,
Yeah.
yes, that's Atalad. She's a very nice woman. She protects the town.
Right. Do you know if she has any military past? I know she's a brave warrior, but was she a part of any army before she came to this nice town?
Briefly, I would say.
Right.
Are you looking for military people?
Oh no, just curious. Like, I wanted to know if she was like myself, you know.
Does not dress in skeleton-themed armor.
Oh, I know it's family thing. This is kind of a heirloom, and you know how chivalry orders go. They have these strange,
He like raises the hand, like
customs, and yeah.
I know how family heritage can go.
Yes.
I can tell you this: she's not gonna be here until much later.
Oh,
She's the
Right.
one security person we have in this village, and she patrols the perimeter.
Do you have any idea where she might be right now, or does she have like a
You can look at the edge of
route
the
that she
plantations.
follows every day? Sorry?
You can look for her in the edge of the plantations,
Right.
of the farming fields, or you can just wait for it to be a little later and find her in the tavern.
Okay,
Like most of us.
works. That works fine. I'll wait for my companions. We are interviewing a few people in town, and then I'll follow your instructions. Thank you so much.
She thinks about, like, you can see her thinking if she should ask, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Good day." Pass back inside.
Good day. Right, I wait for the people to arrive, assuming they might drop by at some point. If not, I just
yeah.
go towards
What
the-
are all of y'all doing?
I think the plan
Let's see.
was to meet up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, probably after we left Granny's, which probably took about 100 years. Um,
So we're right
I-
outside Granny's house, and I look at her and say, "You tell anyone that I don't talk like that all the time, and we're gonna have a problem."
Listen, your business is your business. I don't care.
Thank you very much.
But my question then is, should we meet up with the others at Peyton's place and just go there?
I suppose I'm not sure, to be honest.
Well,
Great at planning.
I'm
We're just great at.
sure that, meeting up all together is better than us going off individually,
Yeah,
higgledy
I
piggledy.
assume. All right, let's do that.
Yeah, so we head over there.
Okay, so we head to Peyton's house, and you see two of your forlorn companions just standing there, I guess, if they didn't do anything else.
We probably would have started making our way back kind of towards town center. I mean, I think that I don't know why we would have hung out there. We had no plan as to where we were going to meet after this.
No, I thought we had all planned to meet at the next house after.
Yeah, which was Atlas.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought we were
Oh,
all
okay.
planned to meet at. Yeah, so we would have headed that way.
I just skipped one of the yeah.
Yeah, you're like, no, don't feel like.
I had to change,
We would have probably head that way.
but I'm waiting.
Very
there.
dejected by my
I
failure
will
to
say,
intimidate.
you guys probably got in the village around lunchtime. I'll say, like, it's getting into like 5 p.m., maybe even later.
Gotcha. So the sun's hanging low. It's
Yeah.
we're starting to think about that.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys head to Atalad's? Is that what you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all reconvene at Atalad's, in front of Atalad's place, and you find your friend there, standing with new clothes.
Looking sharp.
Looking sure.
Costume party?
Thank you. No, that's just how I dress.
I don't think so. Not in the time that
Well-
we've known you.
Right, I don't take the road with these clothes because I might get into trouble. But any other time, I wear this.
Interesting.
So you all just...
But I tell them what I heard from the tenors. Helena, is that it?
Helena, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
let me-
I say
let me bring it
she's on patrol right now. She might go straight to the tavern. I thought I might wait you here because I thought we were coming here first. I think I got it confused. But anyway, we should go then straight to the tavern if we want to talk to Miss Satellite.
Yeah, and I'll
We
say, like,
also shared what we
those
found
of
out.
you
Yeah.
that were heading there, like, you could see some movement of, like, people already going tavern direction. The tavern
Okay.
direction. Yeah.
Okay.
So as you guys head to the tavern, we're gonna take this moment to take our break. Halfway break.
Woo.
Could I stop the recording for?
We'll see you soon.